Are you already bored of FC26 career mode and want to change? Well, a new free-to-play football game has just dropped and it promises to offer a realistic offline experience. So in this video, I'll be talking about Football Life 2026, made by Smoke Patch, and all of the amazing features that are available in this game. This is a fully modded game that's created on the foundations of PES 21. That means that the game has the popular offline game modes of Master League and Become a Legend, but on top of that, the guys who created this game have added updated rosters, kits, new leagues, better player faces, and realistic gameplay, and much more. The only drawback with this game is that it is only available on PC. If console players had this game available, I think that FC26 developers would be under a lot more pressure. I've said in previous videos that the career mode community are desperate for an alternative, and for the PC players that are watching this video, if you're not aware of this game already, it's an option there for you if you are bored of career mode. And like I say, the fact that it is free to download, that is a really big deal if the game is available for you. If you never played PES before when those games existed, Master League is basically the career mode version of that game, where you can join a team and play through their season, make transfers, develop youth players. So that's accessible in this game where you can play through a realistic save. I would say, admittedly, it does lack a little bit more depth compared to FC26 career mode, but it's still a solid game mode to play through. Become a Legend is the player career mode of this game, and I would say on the whole this game mode is as in depth as the player career mode is in FC26, but it is a lot less broken, especially when it comes to transferring to other teams. Like, it's light years ahead of what FC26 is, which is pretty telling when you consider the restrictions that the creators of this game are under, working with a game from 5 years ago and only been able to mod so much. The player career in PES always stood up to the one in EA games, but for me what really sells this game is the gameplay. Like, when it comes to realism, this game is probably the best out there. Now, it feels harsh to compare this against FC because this is a modded game, and I think if you were to get certain mods for FC26, you could get a similar level of gameplay. Of course, graphically, the creators have pushed this game onto a better level than it was in the PES days. The full licensing of all the leagues and competitions in the game does make a huge difference towards that. But I do think that the gameplay foundations for this game are a lot better than FC26. We all know with that gameplay it's pretty broken, and with this one, while it isn't perfect, we are lacking in a good variety of animations. The players do move a little bit slow and run a bit weird at times, but the AI defensively and attacking wise are miles clear of what we have in FC. Defensively, AI teams actually close gaps and the players don't just stand still. Attacking wise, teams will attack you in different ways. They'll cross the ball in, they'll shoot from outside the box. There's a lot more variety in the way that teams play against you. And the dribbling mechanics are just light years ahead as well. I mean, you can just see on the video right now, like, how the dribbling isn't skatey. I mean, this was something that Konami always had over EA. The dribbling animations have always been better in these PES games. And of course, that's going to be just as good, if not better, in Football Life. So certainly for the gameplay aspect, this game is worth trying out. And I repeat again, it's free to download. The player faces look pretty good in this game as well. I mean, at least the main players do. I don't know if you go further down the leagues whether the consistency is going to be as good, but I think they've definitely done a good job of this. And you can tell with this game that there has been a lot of care put into it and a lot of detail. One thing that I really do love about this game is the international football side. I've spoken endlessly about how bad it is in FC26, and pretty much for as long as I can remember in the EA games, they've just completely written off international football and given it no effort whatsoever. To date, there are only 29 national teams in FC26. In this year's Football Life, there's more than 140, which is well over half of the nations in the world. You can look at world rankings as well in Master League, and you can play through more licensed international tournaments in this game as well. So especially with this being a World Cup year, if you want to go and play an international tournament, again, this game is perfect for that. Not only that, but there's a few cool leagues in this game that aren't in FC26. Now, it is worth mentioning that FC26 still has a lot more leagues than this game does, especially a lot of the lower European leagues, you know, like leagues from Sweden, Norway, Switzerland, Ireland. All these leagues, they're not in Football Life in its entirety, although they generally pick up a lot of the best teams from those leagues and put them in their own, like, Best of Europe league, which is a bit of a consolation. But in terms of Europe, in this game, you can play in the Russian and the Greek leagues. South America is much better in this game. We only have one playable league in FC26, whereas in this game, along with the Argentinian league, which we have in FC26, you can play in the Brazilian Serie A or Serie B, also the Chile league, the Colombian league. Over in Asia, you can play in the Japanese J League. Also, the AFC Champions League is fully licensed in the game, and you're going to get a lot of other different teams from around Asia that aren't in FC26. Even in like the rest of the World League, there's a few African teams like Al Ahly and Esperance Tunis that are in this game and not FC26. So when it comes to playing through the Club World Cup, there's a little bit more accuracy there. And finally, if you're feeling a little bit nostalgic, there's also legend teams in the game. There's like nearly 1,000 legends in this game that you can just use in the menus, in Master League if you want. You don't have to play through nonsensical manager live challenges just to access what it was already in Ultimate Team, like what we have to do in FC26. You can just get these legends whenever you want, and you can use these teams as well, which is quite cool. You can like play these legends against each other. You can transfer them into other teams. Like, I think that's a nice touch as well. Not that I'd be using it for realism, but again, if you're feeling nostalgic and want something different, it's there. But yeah, those are just like the main points I wanted to talk about with Football Life. There's not too much other to report because, again, it's very similar to PES, but it's just taken up to an extra level when it comes to the licensing and the gameplay. It's definitely a game worth checking out if you are on PC. If you're a console player, then unfortunately it is another kick in the teeth, and I do think at this point, as I'm sure a lot of people that regularly watch my videos are probably all in the same boat, that we play generally offline football games and want a realistic experience. I think, unfortunately, if you are on console, then I definitely think that looking at switching to PC is the way to go forward in terms of realism, because the games on console just don't prioritize these kind of communities anymore, and it is basically modders that are carrying these games, honestly. So in order to access those, unfortunately, PC is the way to go forward. For me, I'm trying to make that transition now, but there's a lot that goes into it. It isn't cheap. You have to upgrade things. So for me, that's something that I'm adjusting to, but hopefully maybe one day I can start to make a little bit more like gameplay content from my PC and show off a little bit more all of the mods and games like Football Life that you can get on the PC side of football games. But yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about for now on Football Life. If you've played the game, let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed it, what do you like about the game. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be really appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, because if you leave the video, there is a chance that you might not come across the channel again. So if you do like FC26 and football gaming content, this channel should be for you. And yeah, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.